My name is TYoung. I'm presenting this presentation as a partial fulfillment for contemporary issue as my final project. My contemporary topic is how to move school districts through the pandemic. Let's start off with what is COVID-19 and why it is considered to have caused the pandemic. Let's look at what happened back on December 29, 2019. Abdul Lamar and Hafida, the authors, there were unusual cases of pneumonia that were noticed by the Chinese health workers. Apparently, there was a fish market that sold fish, poultry, and animals. About a month later, the pneumonia-like symptoms were linked to what is now called the coronavirus, COVID-19. The article states that COVID-19 is a member of the coronavirus family. The coronavirus consists of hundreds of members that infect humans, called human coronaviruses. Research data shows that about 85% of people who are infected have mild to moderate symptoms. The major concern has been the 10% with severe and 5% critical conditions, in which of that 5%, half of those people die. Elderly people and adults with health conditions relating to their immune systems are the ones affected the most by this virus. So, what about our children? How does this affect them? Research shows that children are the more resistant to severe and deadly critical cases. However, on March 6, 2020, my district left for spring break, teachers and administrators hugging our students and not realizing at that time we wouldn't see them in a face-to-face setting after the break. Arthur McGon mentions that the world was scrambling and trying to figure out how to keep students engaged while they would have to learn from home. You see, when we returned back to work on March 16th, there were no students and staff. We were shocked to learn that due to the pandemic, students and staff would have to go through the educational process by way of remote learning. The first thing was taking the time to do a survey for staff and students. As the article states, we needed to know who had equitable internet access and device access. Plus, our educators had to shift to all digital materials and resources. Our instructional coach and the instructional technology specialists quickly worked together with our curriculum and instruction department to put together lessons that could be done virtually with an electronic device or by paper packet. Our instructional technology specialists distributed electronic devices to any students who needed them so that they could do their assignments. Parents had access to our sanitized bins to pick students' assignments up every Monday and submit the assignments when they were completed. They could either return the assignments to the designated bins or take a picture and email it to the teachers. Our librarians used the Destiny Library Management System so students would have access to ebooks and digital content at home instead of school. We would be able to use our Hoffman, Mifflin Harcourt resources to provide students with the learning opportunities that they needed to be successful. Again, return on March 16th was different than what we expected, but we made it work. As we are now in the summer planning phase, how do we move forward? What do we have to consider in order to ensure students are being educated? One thing that is on everyone's mind, will students have to remain home and do online learning, or will it be face-to-face in the fall? There's an article that focuses on the vocational education training programs that focus on students who were face-to-face and some who participate online. Research showed that students who did online must be highly motivated and self-regulated learners. Any students who were not highly motivated most likely ended up adding to the attrition rate. Also concluded was the motivation and self-regulation learning must have successful strategies in any academic setting. The task value plays a key where the students value the task, whether in person or online. We must still find ways to motivate students intrinsically and extrinsically. Regardless of which way we educate our students, we must be able to provide ways for each student to be academically successful. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m., our district administrators, along with the rest of the state of Texas, tune in to our Commissioner's Marath Educational Update. It has been ever-changing updates as the state learns more about the coronavirus and how we can safely return students back to school this fall. Our Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, provides us guidance on the health and how this disease can spread and affect children. The center did share that children can get affected and spread to others. Children are rarely hospitalized or rarely have severe symptoms. The concern is children get infected and carrying it at home to a family member or friend who is an elder or may have some health immune condition. My district has just sent a recent parent survey to parents' decisions about the upcoming school year. We have to know which students are planning on attending school face-to-face and which students plan on learning through remote. According to our TEA guidance, we must notify parents and the community on how we will mitigate COVID-19 in our school system. The notice has been sent out the notice has to be sent out 1 week before school instruction or campus activities will start. We do a great job of notifying our parents through their emails, also through social media posts, via the district Facebook and Twitter accounts. As a district, we will also have designated staff members who will respond to COVID-19 concerns and update all school staff and families. Safety is always our #1 priority when it comes to education. When staff and students return to school this fall, there must be some safety procedures put in place. I know that our support services have been busy buying items to help keep us safe to the best of our abilities. Our staff are going to be required to self-screen for COVID-19 symptoms before arriving on campus each day. TAA guidance has listed some symptoms for staff members to check: feeling feverish, loss of taste of smell, cough, difficulty breathing, and things of that sort. Students will have to be screened before coming on campus or entering the bus at the beginning of each school week. Any visitors to the campus will also be screened. Anyone showing symptoms will have to report to our school system. We do have procedures in place for anyone that has COVID-19. Systems have come in close, any of those that have come in close contact with someone that's been diagnosed will also have to report their diagnosis to the campus principal or the immediate department supervisor. Then the campus principal or supervisor will report their information to the personnel services department. Staff and students who are diagnosed or exposed will have to self-quarantine for 14 days. As a district, we have already dealt with a shortage of substitute teachers. This is a concern, and we're currently proactively training more substitute teachers. Good hygiene practices are going to play a vital role in preventing the spread of COVID-19. Following recommendation from the TEA guidance, we're looking to have hand sanitizer stations in various places throughout the building. We have numerous hand washing stations throughout all of the campuses now, so that will help with students and staff being able to wash their hands. It is suggested that we have them wash their hands for 20 seconds at the station at least 2 times a day. It will become standard practice that teachers teach students how to properly sanitize their hands for the amount of time. We will make sure that common touch surfaces are cleaned on numerous occasions. We have purchased the wands to help clean electronic devices and textbooks in a quick, efficient manner. Employees and visitors will be required to wear masks or face shields. Students that are 2nd grade and up with the parents' approval will have to wear a mask. Kinder and 1st grade students have to be developmentally appropriate. Again, those are all measures we must take to try to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Our campus physical plant plays another significant role in preventing the spread of COVID-19. It's important to keep desks spread 6 feet apart when feasible. If that does not work due to the class size, we must try to at least keep them 3 feet away from each other according to my article. We are encouraging our staff to take students outside as much as possible to do learning activities. Any extracurricular activities must align with our University Interscholastic League, UIL, and our non-UIL events must comply with closure guidance. We will also have plans in place to avoid large crowds going to entry-exit ways at the same time. We're looking towards staggering school times and running different bells for the different grade levels. The big question is, will we ever get a chance to get all of our students back in school at one time? Looking at the results of our survey, we have 50% of our parents wanting their children to come back to school and 45% wanting them to work from home through remote learning. We plan to have some faculty who will only educate students who work from home virtually. Our C&I department has put plans in place for synchronous and asynchronous learning. We have made the necessary adjustments. The first 3 weeks of school, we were on procedures. We will work on procedures for our electronic devices. The faculty will have received abundance of training and then will be able to train their students. We will be prepared to continue learning if we ever have to shut the entire school down and continue with remote learning. Moving to the next slide. Cheer athletics and fine arts must adhere to the UIL TEA guidelines. This includes practices and performance regarding safety procedures for social distancing. Throughout this presentation, there have been issues when dealing with what the new normal look like. We are public educators, and I believe we always find a way to make it work. There are several that are fearful, but I am confident that we will do what is appropriate for students, staff, district, and the community. I've also listed references here.